Nebraska Congressman Jeff Fortenberry is now set. Fortenberry remotely attended a hearing for charges out of Washington, D.C. Now, this is for the same accusations he faced in California, where he was convicted of lying to the FBI about campaign contributions. However, an appeals court tossed that conviction, saying Fortenberry should have been tried where the crimes happened, which would be in Nebraska or D.C. The new case will go to jury trial in February of next year. Fortenberry is pleading not guilty and was released without having to post bond.